Well, hey everybody, this is Daryl here on Big D's Fig Farm, and today is February the 7th, 2025. And well, we've had a rough winter here so far this year. Lots of snow. We had snow for about a week straight on the ground. It wouldn't melt. But today's a nice day. It's warmed up to about 50, even though this coming week they're calling for more wintry mix, rain, freezing rain, snow possibility, all kinds of bad weather coming up, cold. But here on the Eastern Shore of Maryland, I'm right on the coast of Maryland. We're never really out of the risk of winter till May. It hangs around for us. You never know what can happen all the way up through April. But it has been an unusually cold winter for us this year. And I just thought I'd come out and walk around, take a look a little bit, what everything's looking like. This is my Chicago Hardy. This is it's been in the ground, I think, 2 seasons. So hopefully that'll have no problem. It's Peter's Honey here. And a lot of times if the wood is dead, it'll turn red. It also becomes very brittle, and this is still very, very flexible. This is my Colonel Littman's. I've yet to get a fig off this thing. He's been in the ground a couple years, and I'm hoping he'll come through all right. He was still somewhat green, which is not real hard, but the wood looks good right now so far. I mean, it looks good. But anyway, I just was coming out. I got me some new equipment too for recording. You can see right here, it's the microphone. Hopefully it sounds better and more crisp and clearer. I've got, I don't know, probably 20 or 30 trees in my shed. And then I put, I don't know, probably 60 or 70 in my greenhouse. But the sun kept coming out, kept warming up, so I had to put a tarp over the greenhouse to keep it from getting too warm in there. And trying to keep it from bringing them back too early and then having issues with them get too cold again. But you can see I've got the whole place full of trees, waiting for this winter to pass, and hopefully we'll be all right at the end of that. We'll see how everything comes back. I'll be doing videos as we get closer to getting ready to get things back going again. This is my Brooklyn White, and I guess this tree's probably about 12 years old. And by the way, for those who have watched my previous videos, you know that for a while I wasn't 100% certain on this. I thought when I bought it that I had ordered I know when I bought it I had ordered a Chicago Hardy, and I got the tree and planted it. Didn't pay attention to the invoice, and I thought it was a Chicago Hardy until it started producing fruit. Once it started producing fruit, I realized it was not a Chicago Hardy because of the fruit looked nothing like a Chicago Hardy. And then I did a lot of research over the years trying to figure out what it was, and I had settled in that I thought it was a Brooklyn White based upon the way that the fruit looked and a lot of other characteristics. And then recently my wife and I were doing some purging, doing some shredding of documents, and she actually, believe it or not, came across the invoice of when I bought this in 2012, and right on the invoice it said Brooklyn White. I'll be daggone. So I missed it when I got it, didn't pay attention because I knew what I'd ordered. But anyway, so it is confirmed now this is a Brooklyn White. And for those who don't have a Brooklyn White, they are a beast, man. This thing puts off figs like nobody's business. Medium to large size figs, 2,000 to 3,000 figs every year. And it's not missed a year yet. We'll see what happens this winter, because this has been an unusually cold winter. But we'll see. Back there are my 2 Celeste. Both of them they're pretty hardy for cold too. But again, you never know. We'll see what happens. Some of my newer ones in the ground here, the smaller ones, that's a Violet de Bordeaux. This little one right here. This is a Negra de Agde. That is a Hog Island. Back there is a Sweet Diana. But anyway, things are they don't feel great there. It feels a little dead. But we'll see. Only at the top, I think. Yeah, now it feels a little better. when we get closer to spring, we'll make an assessment, do a rating on dieback from the winter. I have several that are across the fence over there I call Figgy Row, and a lot of those I planted last spring, so there's a little bit even higher risk of what's going to happen to them. I mulched all them, but I don't know. We'll see. I mean, honestly, I think I've said before, I want to grow figs that I can have in the ground, pick figs off most seasons if it's not too crazy cold, and not have to do a whole lot of fuss over them. I just let them go. I believe in natural growth. Sometimes I do prune them if people want cuttings, or if I have limbs too low to the ground, I usually prune those out, things like that. But otherwise, I let them go. I let them be natural. So anyway, there we go. There is my update here on February the 7th, 2025. And I'll keep you posted. I'm doing some rootings right now of some cuttings, and I'll give you some video updates on those too later.